Here I can see a really nice contemporary new planter box using the Shapescaper 390mm edging. In there we're going to have lots of additional soil space, which is going to allow us to grow some more plants along the front of this house. With the plants gone, you can really see the potential of what we're trying to achieve here. What I've done now is set up a string line and I'm going to spray it out, and then we're going to dig out all the grass ready for the installation. When it comes to setting up your edging, when it's in a higher profile, you do need to put a bit of thought in it to make sure the finished product looks the best it possibly can. Here we've got a couple of tricky situations. We do have a level wall, but it steps down and we're on a slope. So I really want to make sure that my edging is nice and level on top. So I'm digging down to get that in on the higher sides, and it's going to be proud at the shallower sides. Whenever you're installing edging though, you need to have 1/3 in the ground. For the taller profiles like this, the 390 and the 590, you need a minimum of 100mm in the ground. So that's what I'm allowing for at the lowest point, and then I'm going to work backwards to make sure my levels are perfect. With our area dug out and our levels set, I now need to start digging some holes for some posts, and the maximum you want with your edging between posts is 600mm. So I'm going to go 550 off the inside here because it works with my measurements, and then every 600 off that. 1.2. I've got myself an auger just to make this job a little bit easier. Of course, you could hire one of these or just use the old-fashioned scissor shovels, but trust me, this makes life much easier. When you're setting up your higher profile edging, you really should be concreting these stakes into the ground. It's tempting to knock them in, but you will get deviation, and then you'll just see that in the finish. If you want a really professional finish, you've got to concrete them in. That will allow you to get them nice and plumb, and then the finish will be perfect. I'm running a string line, which will give me level on top, but then I'm going to run a second one down here to make sure everything sits just right. I've given our stakes a coat of bitumen paint. That means they're just going to last a little longer. And then in the bottom of the hole, I'm going to put some coarse river gravel. I'm going to do that 75 to 100mm thick. That way, when water gets in behind and down into the hole, it's going to be able to drain away quickly. And the quicker you can get the water away, the longer your post is going to last. With the concrete drying on our stakes, it's time to connect all our pieces together. Once they're all connected, I can then attach them to the stakes. Really couldn't be easier just using the connecting plate that sits under that lip. Now you line those holes up, and these ones I'm going to screw off, but I'm going to screw the first one halfway through, the second one's going to go all the way through, and then I can tighten it up. That means everything aligns perfectly. I then flip it over, and you'll notice these holes through here. I'll use those as a guide to put a 5mm drill through to give me some more holes above the ground, and to finish that off and give us a professional finish, they're going to be riveted. When you start connecting larger lengths together, it can be a little bit awkward by yourself, so handy hint is to just put a connector between the join, and that helps to level everything up. Every landscape project I've worked on, you always find stuff under the ground that's unexpected. Here we've got a pipe and a cable. But the beauty of the Shapescaper steel is we can just cut that out, bridge over those, and carry on as planned. With the stakes all set in concrete, you simply just lift the edging over the top, and the lip goes on those stakes, ready for fixing off. You might need to give it a little bit of a tap with a mallet just to get it nice and snug. To secure our edging to the stakes, I'm just using some copper rivets. So when this patina's up, they're going to look absolutely fantastic. And by using the holes that are already in the stakes to pre-drill from the back, all the rivets line up to give you that really professional finish. Now, once this is done, we can get on to finally planting this up. With a little bit of planning and a little bit of hard work, we have transformed the front of this property. Not only have we added value, but we've just made it look absolutely sensational, and it all starts with